Stuart Watkins and Martina Sherman, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much, Amy.
All right, so first we want to give you both an opportunity to introduce yourselves and why you're running on this ticket for president and vice president.
Absolutely. My name's Stuart Watkins, and I decided that I wanted to run for student body president because I wanted to give more to the LSU student body.
And that's my reasoning as well. I just think it's time for us to start taking a little more action and doing things to better the student involvement and listen to the students' voices.
Great. All right, we want to talk about the top issues that each ticket says that need to be changed: transparency and going green. So Stuart, what does your ticket have planned for issues concerning transparency?
Transparency is something that's definitely needed within student government, and I think that's something that's been reflected in my own campaign. You know, Martina and I sat down and we decided that we did not want to spend over $4,000 over our campaign when a time when students have a hard time making ends meet. And transparency through student government goes through things like Eye on the Tiger and orgs to go. That way, people are in the know on what we're spending and how to get information out to them as well.
Okay, great. All right, Martina, the pressure of being environmentally friendly is hitting the university. What is More 09 doing as its game plan for going green?
Well, we came up with an entire part of our campaign that's just solely dedicated to sustainability. And I think that's really different. It's something that hasn't been done in the past. And what we did is we sat down, took our initiatives, and we talked to Denise Scribner, who's in charge of sustainability, and we asked her, can these things happen? And she said yes. And some of those things that we want to do, we want to consolidate night classes into just a few main buildings on campus to conserve money and energy. And it's something that's in the works. It's something that sustainability is already working on, and it's something we're really excited about. And I think it's time for the university and for students to just think and act responsibly.
If we can save the university any money, that'll benefit the students in the long run.
Okay, great. All right, finally, we're going to go to the holiday forum for a question from the audience.
Yes, I'm Matthew Flynn, and I'm wondering, Stuart and Martina, how do you plan to solve the budget crisis on campus?
All right, guys, so the question was...
That's a great question about the budget crisis, and Martina and I are going to handle this several ways. One of it being that, you know, we have no exact... We're not in the know as to what's going to actually happen to the university. We don't know what the long-term effect is going to be right now. That'll be determined in the state legislature. But what we are going to do is team up with financial aid. That way students that are struggling to make ends meet, because tuition and student fees will be increasing, they'll know how to fill out their FAFSA forms and also how to take advantage of the different scholarships we have here on LSU's campus.
Okay, great. Thank you, Martina and Stuart.
Thank you so much.
Good luck in the election tomorrow.
Definitely.
We'll see you, Stuart, a few minutes later.
Absolutely. Thank you.
The presidential candidates will answer your questions live. You still have time to submit them and have them read on air during our live Tiger TV student government debate. Send them in to lsutigertv@gmail.com. We still have 3 tickets to talk to before the presidential debate. Stay tuned. This is Tiger TV's live SG debate. Welcome back to Tiger TV's live coverage of the 2009 student government debate. We are talking to all the candidates for SG president and vice president. We want your input and need it fast, as we are getting closer and closer to making all the presidential candidates answer the questions that you send in. They will be doing that live. Send them to lsutigertv@gmail.com. Get them in now. The next ticket we'll be talking to is made up of Greg Upton and Laura Boggs. They want to make your voice and student government's voice into one. Let's take a look at One Voice 2009.
My name is Greg Upton, and I'm running for student body president.
I'm Laura Boggs, and I'm running for LSU student body vice president.
Us as student government has to stand up for the students and fight the budget crisis, not with emotional rhetoric and political agendas, but with sound economic policy.
I knew that I could not run with anyone else because Greg is the most qualified person and we make an excellent team.
And Laura's someone that I know that she has drive and she's going to get the job done. I'm someone from Senate, so I really understand that branch of student government, while she really brings the exec staff of student government that she understands really well.
So Greg and I's main goal is to bring the students together and inform them about what's going on in student government.
Each and every one of our issues is really feasible. Every single one of them can get done. We've talked to administrators to make sure that that's the case. So we're really going to try to make the students' voice and student government's voice one voice.
We also are very willing to listen to students and take their ideas, which is also important. The students need a student government that can listen to them and is willing to work with them, which Greg and I are very willing to do.
Many of the issues that we have, we've actually already started to accomplish, and as president, I'll be able to complete those things.
Greg Upton, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
First, we want to give you a chance to introduce yourself and your ticket and why you chose to run for president.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a junior economics major. I'm currently a senator for the College of Business, and I've been on the College Council for 2 years now. And really the main thing that made me want to run for student government president is that student government's really doing a lot of great things for the students. But a lot of the students just really don't know what student government's actually doing for them. So really our goal is to make the student's voice and student government's voice one voice. And we've really done that through specific initiatives of which I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk about in a minute. The other real reason that we really wanted to run for president and vice president is because of the budget crisis that's currently threatening LSU. I feel like I am the most qualified candidate in order to deal with this, and we're going to really approach this not with the typical emotional rhetoric and political agendas and those kind of things, but with really sound economic policies. So those are really the two main reasons that I decided to run for president this year.
All right, Greg. We want to talk about the top issues that each ticket says that needs to get changed: transparency and going green. So can you tell us what your ticket has planned for transparency?
Yeah, really the main thing with transparency is the Eye on the Tiger program that Colorado Robertson, the current president, currently started this year. So that's really the main thing with transparency that we have to do for the students. The other thing with transparency is getting the students' input on what they want done in student government. Therefore, we made a website, onevoice09.com. You can go in there and type in any idea that you have, and other students can actually vote on it. So we can actually implement things that the students want to do as opposed to things that we want to do. And that will be transferred to the student government website as soon as we're elected. As far as going green goes, the main thing we've got to do is first...
Sorry. Let me go ahead and ask you that question.
Definitely.
The pressure of being environmentally friendly is definitely hitting the university. What is your game plan and your ticket's game plan for going green?
All right, well, currently I've already done 2 things to go green. I passed a resolution in Senate asking the faculty and staff to stop printing all the syllabi. As president, hopefully we'll be able to turn that into a resolution, into an actual action that actually happens next year. The next thing I did, I actually made a concurrent resolution in which now student government is no longer going to print all of the bills and all the governing documents, which is going to save 20,000 plus sheets of paper a year. So those are 2 things we've already done and 2 things that we're going to continue to do this upcoming year.
Great. Okay, finally we're going to go to the holiday forum from a question from Melissa Hart.
Hi, Greg. Last Thursday at the Greek debate, Laura Boggs stated that there was no way to have a new Tigerland route due to the fact of the budget crisis. She also mentioned that nobody knew what they were talking about. However, that same day, I was sitting on the Student Required Fee Advisory Committee, and we did discuss that there was budget for a new Tigerland route. I was wondering if maybe you could answer this for me, where Laura got this information, or what she was thinking whenever she got this information that contradicted what I was told.
Well, I couldn't quite hear the entire question because my earpiece here. But the main thing is this year there's going to be $45 million of budget cuts coming to LSU. That being said, we're going to have to increase tuition, which has already happened, and there are going to be less services and that kind of thing probably on campus. There is currently a bus proposal that is being bidded on, and we will not know until the end of the year. So as far as any specifics of anyone promising anything specific with the buses, they really cannot do that right now because we just don't know what is going to be. A few of the main things that were requested is a larger bus so that people on the end of the route, especially the Tigerland route, will not get passed up, as well as having GPS systems in the buses. This is something that we propose and we would like, but it's not something that anyone can guarantee.
Great, Greg. Thank you so much for coming in, and good luck in the election tomorrow.
Thank you so
we'll
much.
be seeing you in a few minutes.
Appreciate it.
All right. Up next is Andy Palmero and Phoebe Hawthorne. They believe that their experience gives them the upper hand. Let's look at their ticket, The Next Level.